Us now is the head coach of the East Buchanan Bulldogs, head coach Dan Ritter. Coach, thanks for joining us tonight. Congrats on the win.
Thank you, sir. We really appreciate it.
Coach, is kind of looking at what you guys are at this point in the season, 5-1 on the year. We talked about it before you came on. That loss though to a really tough Savannah squad. But overall, how are you feeling about how this team has played so far this year?
Well, we were undisciplined at first, but for the most part, our young men really like to have fun with games and get out there and just go and play football and not worry about being too serious. And we've kind of embraced that, and that's just how these young men play. And they're just kind of a loose team, and they do well with it, though. I mean, tonight we just had all these homecoming festivities, but it didn't really faze them too much. They just went out there and just had some fun with it and dominated that first half. So.
Yeah, and Coach, we've talked about the offense a lot, especially last year, but your defense only allowing, 14 points tonight. So could you just talk about what you see on this defensive side?
Yeah, I mean, in the first half, it was 42-0. Those guys only gave up about 60 or 70 yards in the first half. I mean, it starts with the D-line. They're just out there just clogging up holes, allowing our linebackers to scrape. And then we have some DBs on the back end that can make some big plays. So just each position group kind of feeds off the other, and they're just really a dominant unit. But we are going to face some pretty good opponents coming up, so we got to be ready.
Coach, I know coming into this year that you guys were done talking about the state championship from last year. How have you seen this group embrace the challenge that everybody's kind of gunning for you guys now? It's a new group, but they also know there's kind of everybody wants to knock you guys off at this point too.
Oh, yeah. For some teams, we're kind of the Super Bowl. If they beat us, we just made their season. And we understand that. If we don't take care of teams early in a game, then we kind of give them hope. And the longer they linger around, the more hope they have and the harder they play. So we got to take care of teams early. At the same time, if you take care of a team early, then they kind of know who you are, and sometimes they kind of back down. So there's kind of two ends to that straw for sure.
Yeah, and you have pretty tough schedule rest. You got a couple tough opponents. So how do you just keep your guys focused at the task at hand and not looking back into the postseason, just looking at the next game?
That's a good question. I mean, they're young men, so they're in their teenage years. So a lot of times you can overlook an opponent or dwell on the past, but we try to do a good job as coaches to keep them focused on the next task at hand and to worry about today and not really tomorrow. So.
East Buchanan head football coach Dan Ritter, thank you for coming on tonight, and good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you very much, sir. I appreciate you having us.
Thanks, Coach.